Why is it that a stranger's rude comment can ruin your entire day? Why does a rejection email make you feel worthless? Why does a friend forgetting to call you feel like a betrayal? We live our lives as if we are walking targets. We walk around with a giant invisible bullseye painted on our chest, waiting for the world to shoot at us. When something bad happens, our first thought is almost always, why is this happening to me? Why did he say that to me? Why does she disrespect me? We take it personally. We make it about us. And because we make it about us, we suffer. We get angry. We get defensive. We lose our peace. But what if I told you that 99% of the things that hurt you have absolutely nothing to do with you? What if the people who attack you are not actually looking at you at all? There is a profound concept in Taoist philosophy that explains this perfectly. It is the parable of the empty boat. If you can truly understand this story, you will never be insulted again. You will never feel offended again. You will become untouchable. Let us travel back to ancient China, to the time of the great sage Chuang Tzu. Imagine a man rowing a small boat across a misty river. He is enjoying the peace of the morning. The water is calm. The birds are singing. He feels happy. Suddenly, out of the fog, he sees another boat coming straight toward him. It is moving fast. It is on a collision course. The man shouts, "Hey, watch out! Turn your boat!" But the boat keeps coming. The man gets annoyed. He shouts louder, waving his paddle. "Are you blind? Change your course, you idiot!" Still, the boat comes. Now, the man is furious. His face turns red. His muscles tense up. He is ready to scream curses at the reckless pilot who dares to hit him. He thinks, how dare he treat me like this? Does he not see me? He is doing this on purpose. Crash! The boat slams into his. The wood splinters. The man is thrown off balance. He stands up in a rage, ready to fight. He looks into the other boat to scream at the pilot. But then, he stops. His mouth hangs open. His anger vanishes instantly. Why? Because the other boat is empty. There is no pilot. It was just a loose boat, drifting with the current, carried by the river. The man cannot be angry at an empty boat. He cannot shout, "You did this to hurt me," because there is no you. It was just an event. It was just physics. It was just the river. He simply pushes the boat away, fixes his own boat, and continues his journey peacefully. Now, let's analyze this. The crash was exactly the same. The damage to the boat was exactly the same. But in the first scenario, the man was furious. In the second scenario, he was calm. What changed? The only difference was his belief that someone did it to him. When he thought there was a person responsible, he took it personally. When he realized it was just circumstance, he let it go. Here is the hard truth. Most of the people who hurt you in life are empty boats. The driver who cuts you off in traffic, he is not attacking you. He is an empty boat driven by the current of his own lateness and stress. He doesn't even know you exist. The boss who yells at you, she is an empty boat drifting on the currents of her own pressure, her fear of failure, and her bad marriage. She isn't yelling at you. She is yelling at her own anxiety. The partner who acts cold and distant, they are an empty boat, carried by the winds of their past trauma and their inability to communicate. We assume people are conscious pilots, steering their lives with clear intent. We think, he chose to hurt me. But most people are not steering. They are asleep at the wheel. They are driven by their conditioning, their hormones, their childhood wounds, and their fears. They are drifting. And sometimes, they crash into you. When you realize this, you stop becoming the victim. You realize that people do not act against you. They act for themselves. Or, more accurately, they act from themselves. If a storm comes and rain falls on your head, Do you shout, "Why is the sky attacking me?" No. You understand that it is just the nature of the weather. When a person is rude, it is just the nature of that person's internal weather. It has nothing to do with you. So, why is this so hard to accept? Why do we want to take things personally? Because of the ego. The ego loves to be the main character. The ego wants to believe that we are the center of the universe. If someone is rude to us, the ego says, "I am so important that this person spent their energy trying to ruin my day." Even negative attention validates the ego. It confirms that we matter. To accept that the other person is an empty boat means admitting that we are just a random object in their path. It means we are not the protagonist of their story, and the ego hates that. But this main character syndrome is the source of all your misery. It makes you fragile. It makes you a slave to the opinions of others. If your happiness depends on everyone piloting their boats perfectly around you, you will be miserable forever. The river is too crowded. Collisions will happen. How do we practice the empty boat technique in real life? It requires a shift in vision. You must learn to see the machinery behind the mask. The next time someone triggers you, let's say a coworker makes a snarky comment, freeze the moment. Don't react immediately. Visualize the boat. Look at them. See the currents that are pushing them. Maybe they are insecure about their own job. Maybe they are lonely. Maybe they were raised by parents who criticized them, so criticism is the only language they know. See them not as a villain, but as a machine running a program. Say to yourself, "This is an empty boat hitting me." When you do this, your anger transforms into something else, compassion. Or, if not compassion, at least indifference. You don't get mad at a rock for being hard. You don't get mad at fire for being hot. And you don't get mad at an unconscious person for being unconscious. This does not mean you let people abuse you. The man in the story pushed the empty boat away. He didn't let it sink him. You can set boundaries. You can fire a toxic employee. You can leave a bad relationship. But you do it without the poison of anger. You do it with clarity. You push the boat away because it is in your way, not because you are offended. There is a tremendous freedom in this. Imagine a life where nobody can hurt your feelings. Imagine walking through the world and insults pass right through you like smoke. This is the superpower of the empty boat. Stop painting bullseyes on your chest. Stop waiting for the world to apologize. The world is just a river. The people are just boats. Paddle your own vessel. Keep your eyes on the horizon, and let the collisions drift away. If you are ready to stop taking things personally, declare it to yourself. Thank you for watching. Navigate wisely. Stay free.